everybody. If you haven't met me before, my name is Robert Bethune, and if you have, thank you for coming, because I know you're my friends and you really wanted to come. Today, I would like to talk to you about leaders. You stand up. You sit down. Stand up. Sit down. Okay. Now, my point is, me being able to tell him what to do does not make me a leader. What a leader is someone who has traits that inspire people to follow them, even in dangerous situations. Throughout our history, great men and women have stood for the rest of us. What I wish to do is talk about these 4 traits that I think signify a true leader, in the hopes that our past can help us find a leader in the future. These 4 main traits I wish to discuss are as follows. First, the power of spoken word, which hopefully I'm channeling right now. Second, the power of courage. Then the influence of expertise. And finally, the authority granted to us by followers. According to biography.com, one of our greatest speakers of our time is also our 35th president, JFK. On June 11th, he gave a speech about civil rights in the wake of the National Guard being sent to the University of Alabama to help 2 African-American students enroll. The reason these soldiers had to be sent was because the governor of Alabama would not allow them to enroll due to the Jim Crow laws that were instated then. His speech started by saying, "I hope that every American will stop and examine his conscience about this, turning civil rights from a social debate into a moral issue." His efforts showed that without a doubt, none in sight, that one man with the right words can change the course of history. But being able to speak isn't all that's necessary for there to be a leader. To be a leader, you have to have the ability to stand through fear. And this is called courage. Now, there's different types of courage. There's the type of courage that lets someone run into a burning building to save others. There's the type of courage that lets one man stand in front of others and ask them to do something. And there's also the courage that I believe Martin Luther King Jr. signifies. The courage to stand and not fight back in retaliation. In a time when his people could be killed for speaking or voicing an opinion, his voice and vision were the loudest, despite the attempted murder of his family in 1958 by a bomb thrown at his home. He still kept to his principles of nonviolence, showing that courage in the face of violence is possible, and that retaliation can be the act of a coward. Now, Dr. King eventually made the ultimate sacrifice, but not before setting us on a path that we all desperately needed to be a part of. And his "I Have a Dream" speech, which is really moving, and I suggest you all listen to it at least once in your lifetimes. He lays down a future that everybody can get behind, and hopefully we're on our way towards today. But when there's peace, there's also another way. According to history.com, Alexander the Great was a fantastic warrior. In his talent for violence, he found a path to uniting the world. His empire stretched from Greece to modern-day Israel. Greece is up here, Israel's over there. Not Israel, Pakistan. Pakistan, modern-day Pakistan, excuse me. He left this world having never known defeat in battle. A person can possess these traits I've talked about: courage, the power of speaking in public, and expertise in battle, to varying degrees. But one thing a leader must have, no matter what they're doing or where they are, whether you're the supervisor at a Walmart or the leader of a great army, you must have people who will follow you. Now, the man I wish to talk about next is named Muhammad. He was born in a place called Mecca, where during the course of his life, he unified all of Arabia under a single religion that's still around today. I'm of course talking of Islam. He started with a convert army of 10,000 soldiers. These were people who were basically farmers and all this other stuff. And through the power of his presence, he brought them together and was able to spread his teachings to over 1.5 billion people today. It just shows you, if you have the will to push the envelope, you may be the subject of a speech like this one day. It could be anybody, you, but most likely me. Now, as I stated at the beginning, there are 4 traits that signify a leader. There's the power of speaking that we got from JFK. There's the courage to stand against fear from Martin Luther King Jr. There's the military expertise of Alexander the Great. And there's the devotion of the followers of Muhammad. And each of us has the potential to do something amazing. I truly believe this. But it's up to each of you, to decide if these things will lead to you being one in a billion, a leader of men. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Now clap, please.